This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. Our top story: after a decade of nesting, an osprey's home is removed from the top of an Anna Maria Island church. And community members now want to know why. The
nest on top of Gloria Day Lutheran Church was removed when the church was tented for termites. Now that process is complete, the nest is gone and deterrents sit in its place. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Anna Maria Island with more. Jess?
Jacqueline, Scott, when Anna Maria residents say they would drive past Gloria Day Lutheran Church behind me, they would stop, take pictures, and admire the osprey nest that once sat on the top of the steeple behind me. They say during nesting season, you could see the babies in its nest. So as soon as that nest was removed, the community noticed.
It was kind of its own little attraction.
Brianna Gagne lives next door to Gloria Day Lutheran Church.
About a week and a half ago, the church had the tenting for the termites, and at that point I noticed that it was gone.
The osprey nest that sat on the church steeple, gone. In this picture sent to ABC7 from the church just before the tenting, you can see the osprey nest.
I'm just confused as to why they even took it down. I understand through the process of the tenting they had to take it and remove it for a little bit.
Now, the bird that has spent almost a decade perching on that steeple can now be seen flying around the church or sitting on top of the telephone pole right out front.
Just kind of looking around, doesn't know what to do.
Wildlife experts say that isn't unusual.
Been there a long time, you remove the nest. They like that location. They would probably start picking up branches and going back and rebuilding it.
The problem is the nest was replaced with these deterrents, so the ospreys are unable to rebuild. Gagne wants the church to take the deterrents down so that the osprey can rebuild its nest.
It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't, take much besides some effort to take them off.
I knocked on the church's door today and reached out to several administrators on the phone, including the pastor, about why the nest was taken down and never put back. I did not get a response.
It's just kind of frustrating as to why no one can get answers.
The church did not get a permit to take down this nest, but according to the FWC, they didn't need one unless there were eggs or young in that nest. Now, FWC also says it recommends to property members to put deterrents up so that these ospreys don't rebuild in the same place. Live in Holmes Beach, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you. Tonight, we're learning more about the animal cruelty investigation into a Venice dog groomer. The owner of Happy Puppy Pet Spa in Venice is accused of cruelty after returning the dog to its owner with multiple injuries, including a broken jaw and bruised ribs. That same owner is drawing more criticism online for a video posted by a former employee, which shows her handling a different dog. Other local pet groomers say people can do more to ensure their pets are safe before dropping them off for care, like demanding a tour of the facility and looking for things like harnessing dogs by their torso instead of the neck.
Just as you would want to know everything about a daycare for your child, you should want to know everything about the place where you take your pets.
Coming up at 6 o'clock, we're going to hear from the former employee who shot the video with a message for those who are now threatening her former boss.
The investigation into missing Sarasota teen Jabez Spann appears to be subsiding. Despite more than 2 months of investigating and a total reward of $25,000 for information, police say they need more witnesses to step up with information. The 14-year-old football player went missing on Labor Day, a week after a man was shot and killed just a few hundred feet from his home. Police can't prove that the two crimes are connected, but they aren't ruling it out either. For Spann's family, any hopes of finding him alive are nearly gone.
There's no end to it right now. There's not a glimmer of maybe there's an end to it. There's just not an end to it right now.
So much time keeps passing that it's hard to be optimistic. But
Coming up tonight on ABC7 at 7, the disappointment in the community's effort to find the missing teen and why some may be staying silent out of fear. Well, for the first time in 15 years, Sarasota Jungle Gardens will not have its Christmas display. Staff with the gardens told us it sustained major damage from Hurricane Irma back in September. They say many trees came down and the electric wires and plumbing were also damaged. It's been using its resources to clear debris and walkways instead of preparing for its annual Christmas display. Sarasota Jungle Gardens was closed for 5 weeks after Hurricane Irma, and 1/3 of the jungle is still impassable.
On Casey Key, the observation deck at North Jetty Park will be removed tomorrow. Recent storms, including Hurricane Irma, heavily damaged the dock and deck over time. The dock had already been closed for almost a year while the damage was assessed. The removal is expected to take just 1 day. The 7th annual Crystal Classic Sand Sculpting Competition wrapped up just moments ago. The 4-day festival brought out thousands of people to see the majestic pieces of art created by master sculptors from all over the world. While the official visitor totals haven't been released yet, organizers are confident they've surpassed previous year's attendance records, and those at the event had only positive things to say.
I'm always amazed at the talent and how people create these beautiful sculptures out of sand.
I'm totally amazed. I mean, this is our 5th year down here. This is the first year we've actually managed to get to the event, and it is fabulous. It is well worth it.
Officials say for safety reasons, all the sculptures will be bulldozed early tomorrow morning.
Well, it was a great weekend to get out there, too, if you had the opportunity to get that experience.
And something different this year was the night viewing, which Bob was showing us Friday night. It was spectacular with those lights on. Let's get a check on our weather today with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, I was out there for the awards presentation, and that last image that you saw with the man there, Winter is Coming, won the overall from the judges. So that was the overall best one right there. We'll talk more about that in a little bit, but it was beautiful out there. A little rain right after the awards ceremony, not much, and it's 81 degrees right now. We have some sunshine out there. The dew point temperature is 66 degrees. Now that's fairly high. Winds out of the east-northeast at 10 now. The pressure pretty high too at 30.03 inches. Winds out of the northeast usually means warmer weather, and that's what we're seeing right now, into the upper 70s to low 80s at this hour. Mayaca City at 80 degrees. Northport, you're at 79. You were just at 82 just a minute ago. Braden at 82, 81 in Cortez, 81 in Sarasota. The Gulf water temperature now is 74. And your evening plan, not a problem weather-wise. Temperatures will be down into the upper 60s. The only downside tomorrow may be a little bit on the breezy side for boaters, and we'll talk about some colder air. Yes, there are some cooler temperatures on the way. We'll detail those coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. The Longboat Key woman says she was targeted by phony IRS agents. Roberta Straff says scammers called her more than 20 times last week, telling her if she didn't make some make-believe bill, they'd put liens on her home. Well, Straff says she already knew the IRS wouldn't try to collect over the phone, so she didn't fall for the scam.
When I called the sheriff's office, no, they just said there's nothing that they can do about it. And I called Comcast, and Comcast told me to block the number. Well, I've blocked about 20 numbers already.
ABC7 heard of similar local ploy where the scammers are able to show the Sarasota police number on your caller ID before asking for donations and bank information. Again, it's a scam.
Well, Suncoast families are on a mission to make an impact in the lives of children in need. Starting today, people are collecting shoe boxes filled with fun toys, school supplies, and hygiene items, all part of Operation Christmas Child's National Collection Week. They're donating colorfully wrapped shoebox gifts to be sent to children around the world, many of whom have never received a gift before and have very little to call their own. The Samaritan's Purse Project will deliver these gifts to children affected by war, disease, disaster, poverty, and famine.
So the main items that we put in with the boxes are personal hygiene items, school supplies, toys. A particular need is for the boys 12 to 14. We also pack into the box prayer.
Donations will be distributed to kids in need in over 120 countries. Charlotte, Sarasota, DeSoto, Manatee counties are all participating in Operation Christmas Child. To find the nearest drop-off location, all you have to do is go to SamaritansPurse.org and put in your zip code.
All right, let's get a check on the day on business. ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now. It was a kind of a quiet start to the week on Wall Street, Richard, but at least we finished with some up arrows.
Scott, that's exactly right. The biggest move to the plus side was 0.1%. So I can't say the numbers were large, but at least they were in the positive area. And early this morning, the Dow was down by 80 points. So I can't say we didn't come back from that. The high of the day was plus 40. So intraday, 120-point swing. And just let's remember, last week was the first down week we've seen on Wall Street in 9 weeks. So all in all, we have nothing to complain about. Let's take a look at the figures from today, and there's sort of nothing to talk about. There you see the Dow up 17.5 points, 0.07% at 23,439.70. That on volume of 644 million shares. The Nasdaq up 0.1%, up almost 7 points at 6,757.60. That on volume of 1,589,000,000 shares. And the S&P exactly the same as the Nasdaq, also up by 0.1%, 2.5 points at 2,584.84. Well, it may have been a quiet day, but it was anything but for the General Electric Company. GE, which has been an icon in American business, today said that only for the third time in their 125-year history, they were cutting their dividend. Yes, cutting it in half, from 24 cents quarterly to 12 cents quarterly. Lots of reasons behind it. Certainly there's been a shakeup in the CEO's office, and there are a lot of things going on there. But the bottom line is they're reducing their board of directors. They're trying to get better focus on how it goes. And bottom line is General Electric has long been looked at as just a very well-managed, solid company. And I'm afraid people are starting to look at it a little bit differently at this point.
Well, Christmas is coming. Any big news for the toys industry?
Absolutely. Hasbro announced that they're going to try and buy Mattel, two of the biggest players in the business, and usually the buying company or the company trying to buy goes down. But today Hasbro was up by 6%, Mattel up by a whopping 20%. And yes, indeed, Christmas is coming, and they'll both do very well.
They're both going to sell a lot of toys, that's for sure.
You got that right.
All right, Richard, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, President Trump talked with world leaders about human rights, ISIS, trade, and drugs.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, more American men are fathering children later in life, but researchers say that could have some negative effects on the child. We'll have details coming up.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $279 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
The Trump administration says it prefers to talk with world leaders about tough issues like human rights behind closed doors. Officials believe that gives them more leverage than public criticisms. And that's what President Trump did today with the heavily criticized president of the Philippines. Karen Travers is traveling with the president.
It was a highly anticipated, closely watched meeting. President Trump sitting down with Philippine President Duterte, the two leaders striking a positive tone.
We've had a great relationship. This has been very successful.
Duterte has come under intense scrutiny by human rights groups who say he's carried out thousands of extrajudicial killings as part of his aggressive crackdown on drug dealers. The White House says the meeting focused on ISIS, trade, and drugs, and human rights briefly came up in the context of the Philippines' fight against illegal drugs. Before that, the president's day started with an awkward moment. Mr. Trump and other world leaders standing side by side, told to put one hand over the other and shake hands with the person next to them. It didn't go smoothly, and Mr. Trump didn't seem to be enjoying himself. Later, he got down to business, a meeting with the prime ministers of Australia and Japan. President Trump says he's made a lot of progress on trade in North Korea, but hasn't pointed to any specific new commitment he's taking back to Washington. He teased a major announcement he'll make Wednesday at the White House.
It'll be a very complete statement as to trade, as to North Korea, as to a lot of other things.
President Trump attends one more summit of world leaders on Tuesday, and then he heads back to Washington. He seems eager to get back home. He told the Prime Minister of India he's rounding the turn to the end of this trip, and his flight leaves mid-afternoon on Tuesday. Karen Travers, ABC News, traveling with the president in Manila.
Suncoast Congressman Vern Buchanan is urging President Trump to rethink his decision to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. The U.S. is the only country in the world to reject the global pact. Buchanan, a Suncoast Republican, says climate change is a serious threat to Florida since it has two coastlines vulnerable to rising waters. He says the U.S. should be doing everything in its power to protect the environment and the economy. The climate agreement will try to slow down global temperature increases and create a worldwide effort to deal with climate change. So Buchanan kind of going against the party at this point, but you know, when you're in Florida, I guess it's something you think about. We're right on the water.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. We are thinking about a beautiful week. We had some rain yesterday, and hopefully it kind of clears out here. I think it will for the most part. And a beautiful day out there at the Crystal Classic, too. Here's one of the winners. This was third place winner right here, Reclamation. I know a lot of people saw it. I talked to the event organizer yesterday. She said 50,000 last year, and she thinks it was triple that this year as far as the attendance goes. So those numbers haven't come in quite yet, but she thinks that's about the truth, and that would be 150,000. We'll see. Reclamation, there it is, a Woody. That's a Woody vehicle, and they used to use wood on the side panels there. And then beyond that, you see in the distance, that's a tree. So it's Reclamation, reclaiming the wood. Basically right there. As far as Lakewood Ranch webcam goes, well, beautiful day, lots of sunshine this morning. Then some clouds this afternoon. Not a lot, but nice nonetheless. And looks like we'll see similar conditions tomorrow. There will be some clouds mixed with sun, and that's the result of an old frontal boundary. And as far as our current conditions go, the 81-degree temperature, 66 on the dew point, and the relative humidity at 60%. Temperatures currently upper 70s now, right along the coast. Pretty nice. Whitney Beach, Cortez, Holmes Beach, all into the upper 70s. A little bit warmer, but not much. In places like Waterleaf Parish and Bradenton, 81 now in Palmyra. And the same temperature now in Lake Sarasota, Kensington Park at 81, 80 in Osprey, and Southgate at 80 degrees, Siesta Key at 80 degrees. They also had birdies for the Brave at TPC in Palmer Ranch today, raising money again for the military vets there. 81 in Northport, 80 in Plantation, 79 in Inglewood. and 80 degrees in Port Charlotte. The forecast tomorrow, as I mentioned, a few clouds around. Temperature still above average into the upper 70s near the beaches, low 80s well inland, and we'll see a very small chance for an isolated shower, a sprinkle if you will, later on in the day. This is generally showers working their way from the east to the west over toward the west coast of Florida late in the day. This Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. you see just one or two spotty showers around, so don't count on a lot of rainfall, and that'll be the case I think throughout much of this week. Now there is a stronger cold front headed our way. It won't be here this work week, but it will be here later on actually into the weekend and next Monday, so it will be much cooler then. Right now high pressure continues to dominate our weather and blocking any kind of significant cold air entering into the picture. Over the northeast, an area of low pressure bringing some nasty winter weather into Vermont, New Hampshire, into Maine. Now Boston getting a very cold rain as that system heads off to the northeast, and then out to the west. It's been a very active storm pattern there over California from San Francisco northward all the way up into Seattle. Some pretty big weather there as it moves off to the east. Temperatures, the cool air kind of confined into the Great Lakes region, the northeast. Boston now 37, rain there. Cleveland at 41 and 50 in Asheville, 67 degrees in Dallas. Kansas City pretty cool at 49, 87 in Phoenix, and we remain nice here at 81 degrees. Well, for boating tomorrow, exercise caution. Winds will be brisk out of the northeast. We'll start the day off at 10 to 15 knots and then pick up 15 to 20 knots coming out of the north later on in the afternoon. Seas will be running 2 to 4 feet with choppy conditions on the bays and inland waters, so a little tough going for boaters. The water temperature now at 75 degrees. UV index fairly high tomorrow at 10, although there'll be some clouds around. 81 degrees for area beaches, and as I mentioned, tides upcoming. Here they are, Sarasota Bay 9:28, and a low tide will be at 4:29. Sunset at 5:40. The forecast looks like this for tonight. Partly cloudy, mild and breezy, 66 for a low. Northeast winds 10 to 15. And then for tomorrow, look for some sunshine mixed with clouds at times. It will be warm, as I said, east of I-75 in the low 80s there. Northeast winds 10 to 15. And the extended forecast is calling for pretty nice weather right through Friday and Saturday, upper 70s there. And then we start to see that cooler air move in on Sunday. Right now, the rain chance only at 20% on Sunday. And look for the high on Monday only to be at 70 degrees. So some cooler weather is on the way. Back to you.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Bob. Now to First Alert Traffic. Roads are looking pretty clear right now. No crashes to report from the area, and we're seeing very little red in the area. Just a few slowdowns on the interstate heading north, and then over the DeSoto Bridge over to Palmetto, but otherwise things looking really good. Jacqueline?
In health news tonight, research shows American men are fathering children at an older age. A doctor with the Cleveland Clinic says men tend to be fertile longer than women, but just how long depends on their overall health. Research suggests there is a potential increase in autism, psychiatric problems, and neurological disease in children born to older fathers. Older men who hope to father a healthy child should maintain a normal body weight and exercise regularly. In addition, a diet with plenty of antioxidant-rich foods is also important to keep a future father's DNA healthy by warding off stress.
It's similar to what you see on a nail rusting. That same oxidation can occur in our genetics. So taking antioxidant vitamins, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, all of those things are going to help us.
Men over 50 years of age may also face other health issues like prostate cancer as they get older. Men who may be concerned about their ability to father a child should visit a specialist who can help determine their fertility health. Well, we're getting a look at the brain scans of former NFL player Aaron Hernandez. Researchers say the 27-year-old Hernandez had significant brain damage that's usually seen in someone 20 years older. These scans show deterioration in the parts of the brain that control memory, judgment, and emotion. He was found to have stage 3 CTE, which is one step below the most severe level. However, researchers noted that they could not make a connection between his CTE and his behavior. Hernandez took his own life in prison back in April. He was serving a life sentence for murder at the time of his death. And over the next 4 years, Florida universities will hire more than 100 new mental health care professionals. The announcement comes following a push by the University Board of Governors. Data shows more students are facing serious psychological issues, including stress, anxiety, and depression. A report earlier this year showed over 20,000 students used counseling services at Florida universities. That's a 20% increase since last year and a 55% increase over the past decade. Coming up, multiple U.S. Navy ships sail together, the show of strength they're hoping to send to North Korea. And find out why some people are saying this close-up video of lava is all a hoax.
Need a light bulb? Batteries Plus Bulbs has a huge selection of LEDs starting as low as 99 cents.
The one inside the clothes dryer.
Oh, you use the clothes dryer.
Visit batteriesplus.com for a store near you.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Get the best Black Friday deals right now during the Black Friday sales event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Get KBV's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for as little as $24,999. Or be one of the first to drive away in a 2018 Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
A human rights group says airstrikes have killed at least 21 people in Syria's Aleppo province on Monday. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says at least 33 others were wounded in those airstrikes. The group says the deadliest attack occurred in a busy outdoor market, but it's unclear who was responsible for those airstrikes.
3 U.S. Navy aircraft carriers are putting on a show of strength in the Pacific Ocean. Look at that. This is the first time in a decade 3 of the carriers have sailed together. Military officials say this should send a message to North Korea that the U.S. is not intimidated by the country's nuclear activities. They've been sailing all weekend, and the exercises will end sometime tomorrow. Watch as a GoPro camera records its own death by hot lava. Tour guide Eric Storm just released a video which was captured in Hawaii last year. Storm was leading a tour of volcanic rock formation when he set his GoPro down. He says he got distracted telling a story and forgot about the camera. The camera's exterior was melted by the lava, but amazingly, the video survived on the camera's SD card. Well, the video has since gone viral, and that leads to skeptics who question its authenticity. But Storm says it was just an accident that produced an amazing story. What do you think?
An Australian zoo's new exhibit surrounds its visitors with live lions. The Lion Experience opens in November at the Monarto Zoo in South Australia. A unique 360-degree facility allows the animals to approach visitors from all sides, even from above. The zoo says the encounter is safe and gives visitors a rare prey's eye view. I don't know if I would be willing to go inside that one.
I think you look pretty safe, but
neat experience, to say the least.
I know. Wonder what the lions think of it, though.
I know. Probably like, what are these animals doing in our
Why are
area?
they looking at us like that?
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News.
Some homeowners in Northport will see their address change. Why those people want to continue to be known as Venice residents. Stay with us.
I heard about the Dottoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dottoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-307-2040 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you the #1 mistakes retirees are making with their investments today, and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-307-2040 to have your free information kit rushed to your door. Again, that's 800-307-2040.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with your pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.